how is it going, everyone? My name is Robert. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here at Thomann, and we are going to be learning some riffs today. We've got iconic riffs on Strats, Tellys, SGs, and Les Pauls. If you want to see the Strats and Telly, those are over on my channel, and we're going to be rocking out with the SG and Les Paul today. Now, what am I using? I'm using a 2016 SG Supreme that is running straight out of the guitar into the Rev Generator 100, getting all of them tones into a Harley Benton 2x12, and then we have from Love Pedals the Reverb 3. Very simple setup, and it is just killing it. Now, I'm also not trying to dial in each player's specific tones, just have a general tone that we're just using with the guitars, but that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump on into this. If you want to check out the gear, of course, links are down below, and let's go ahead and get riffing. On to riff number 1. Now, we could have went Back in Black, we could have went with Shook Me All Night Long, but why not Riff Raff? This is one of my all-time favorite AC/DC riffs. Usually, when someone plays it, I'm always pumped up to hear Riff Raff as opposed to, you know, the ones that are kind of played all the time. So basically, it's just really, really cool A shuffle is what's going on. Real slow, it goes like this. And I'm not sure if they're picking down or up on those chords. That's something that an Angus Young fan would probably know, though. Not that you know what, I'm an Angus Young fan and I don't know that, so maybe you wouldn't. Basically it goes like this. It's open on the A string. You do it twice, and you're gonna go to 3-4 on the A. So it's then you're gonna go 2-4 on the D. So you're kind of walking up that shuffle. Now you're gonna go to 3, pull off to open on the A. So, okay, so we've got that, and then we get our hair out of our face so I can see. Now from there, you're gonna go to 5 on the D, and you go back to that 3, and you do another pull off. Okay, so. Now here's where, like I said, you hit the A chord. I'm not real sure if they're going down or up. I'd have to listen to the song again to, sometimes you can tell which way they pick, but I'm gonna say it's down. 3 downs. Yeah. Such a fun riff to play. It's like an aggressive shuffle. So on to riff number 2, and this is a little section of a very famous Black Sabbath song. We're rocking out with War Pigs, and basically, usually you hear the intro, but there's this one riff in the middle of it that I think is so crazy heavy. I know our tone is way more distortion than what Tony Iommi and Angus Young had back in the day, but it's just such a heavy riff. So I'm just taking a small section. We're gonna go like this. So that section there, and then I'll follow the riff that follows it. But we're gonna go open on the lowest string, and you're gonna mute it 3 times, and you're gonna do a little, like kind of like a power chord, basically is what it is. We're hitting 12 on the D, G, and B. You let that slide down. That slide is all part of the attitude of the riff. Okay, then you go open on the low E string. Then you bend 3 on the low E. Okay. And it's like right when you think it can't get any heavier, Tony's just like, hold up, I got you. He goes like this. One of those riffs, I don't know why, it makes me like bite my lip. I'm like, it's metal. So what's happening here, it's like straight pentatonic, and it just rules. So it's open on the low E string. Was that 3? Nope, it's 4. Then you're gonna go to 2 pull off open on the D. And I kind of exaggerate that because I just think that like rattling open low E string sounds really good. Then you do it again. Another pull off. Then you go to 3 on the low E. Another one's like little bends. You know, Tony was another one like just like Jimmy Page, always bending those strings. Now the first one we are going to be jamming out to is Rock and Roll Hoochie by Rick Derringer, killer monster Les Paul riff, and basically it just goes like this. So we're starting with this, you know, A kind of rhythm. So it's an open A string, then you hit an A5 twice, and A5 is just holding down 2 on the D and 2 on the G. So okay, so you have that. Now he sometimes does power chords, I believe. So I'm just going to go and use like the double stop version of a power chord. And we're going to play 5 on the D and G, then you go to 7 on the D and G, and then back to 5. And if you listen to it, he's doing a lot of kind of like ghost noting with his right hand, or you could go, depends if you want that lower 5th in there. Maybe you would go, maybe not that one, but it would be metal if you did. Now the next part is this. So you're hitting another A string, then you go just all straight, basically blues pentatonic now. So 7 on the D, and then play 7 again, and you pull off the 5. So you have, and now you're walking down and hitting that flat 5. So you're gonna go 7, 6, 5 on the A, and then down to 3. So now I go, well I shouldn't say I, he goes 5 and slides into 7 on the D. And every once in a while I just personally like to mix it up and go to the lower octave. If you just get tired of playing the same thing. Of course, Sweet Child of Mine. A lot of you might already know the riff. If you don't, it's one of those riffs when I was playing guitar that I just always wanted to be able to play. I remember my dad held it at very high esteem, that and like Thunderstruck, and I was like, when I could finally play it, I was like, yeah, Sweet Child of Mine. Then gave me a good excuse to need a Les Paul, right? So basically, what we're doing right here is we're gonna be going like this. Now, what's kind of cool, before we even dive into it, is the riff is basically repeating itself over and over again. We're just changing the starting note of each one. So it starts out on 12 on the D, and if you want to be like Slash, you just use your these 3 fingers. So you play 12 on the D, then you go to 15 on the B, just the octave. Okay? Now you're gonna go to the G and go 14, 12. Okay, so now you're gonna have to do a little string skipping here. You go to 15 on the high E, 14 on the G, then you go to 14 on the high, 14 on the B. You can either go, some people would do that. I like to roll my finger. So, okay, and you repeat that again for a second time. Now the next one is just going to change that starting note. So instead of starting on 12, you go to 14. And everything else is literally exactly the same. Okay, do it again. This is the one that seems to trip people up. You're gonna go to 12 on the G now to start this one. Then you go 15, 14, 12, then 15, 14, 14, 14. Okay, so then you do the first one again. So what's kind of tricky is that it starts and ends with the same one. So you end up doing the initial one that starts on 12 basically 2 times in a row because it starts and ends with the same one. So you just do that one again. And then the whole riff starts over again. All right, that's gonna be it, guys. This was a 2016 Les Paul Standard. Look at that top. Ooh, girl, look at that top. So basically, this was just doing the same setup into the rev, reverb, all that stuff, and they've all sounded monstrous. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out all the gear that we used here today, and stay tuned for more awesome videos. Until next time, guys, rock on, and I will see you later. Peace.